I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Some new technology that we've been testing for about 3-4 years is a lug mount dynamic floating setup. A lot of people trip out on this, but what's happening is these are the lugs of the rotor and the hat is driving the rotor, and it's held together with literally a simple snap ring. So it's a lot better system for guys that are going to be doing street cars that also maybe take them out to the track.
Awesome.
In 1977, Bill Wood set the standard for high-performance brakes, and more than 40 years later, Willwood continues to dominate the industry. Born from racing technology, Willwood products are proudly engineered, manufactured, and rigorously tested in the USA. Whether at the track or out for an afternoon drive, Willwood has all the braking components available to stop you. Power, control, precision, Willwood. The best in braking technology since 1977.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an afternoon of real-world racing action. We are coming to you live from Sonoma, California, where the stars and cars of the Spec Corvette Series are just getting ready to roll out onto the racetrack. My name is Chris Graham. It is a pleasure having you hanging out with us here as we get ready to go for, gosh, I guess a half hour's worth of racing action. I am joined in the booth by Mr. James Watson. And hopefully I'll check James, I'll check your feed here in just a second, but looking forward to it here as let's take a look here and go on board with John Wynn as he is getting out onto the racetrack. Just coming up the hill here at turn number 2. We will get timing and scoring data up for you as soon as we have it. You'll see that in the upper left-hand corner. There's John giving the wave there and the big old thumbs up. Greg Nestor in the 8 swooping by here. Man, James, I'll tell you what, but this place is absolutely gorgeous. Scenic wine country, but it is deceptive in how quick it is, too.
Yeah, you don't really get a sense of it watching it on TV, but, like, this track is incredibly fast. These corners come up on a heart. You just cannot take your focus off one bit, otherwise you're going to end up in the grass and in the wall.
Yeah, you're in big time problems here if you start getting into that here. We'll take a look at the track details on Sonoma Raceway here out in California. Originally opened in 1968, 1.990 miles. That's 3.2 kilometers for those of you working in the metric system. 12 turns, 160 feet of elevation change. The track record around this place owned by Kevin Harvick, but today it is going to be Marc LaCorte starting on the pole with a lap time of 1 minute 47.950. JC Maynett only about 7/10 of a second back in qualifications. Row number 2. Oh, go ahead, bud.
I was going to say, that's not a big gap, man. There's so many places to lose and gain time. Only being not even 3/4 of a second off. We're in for a really close race.
Yeah, we are. Oli Thordarson, very quick all season long. He is only about a second back out of Danville, California. San Luis Obispo's Greg Nestor going to line up on the outside of row number 2. Row 3 will have Josh Carroll out of Danville, California, and John Wynn out of Trabuco Canyon, California. And row number 4 in the 8-car grid going to be Kevin Jones and Tony Jimerson. Those guys going to have a little bit of work to do if they want to get caught back up to the front of the field here, but I tell you what, this one is going to be absolutely exciting here. Field getting doubled up as they're going to head down into that very tight hairpin, and then a big blast out up the front straightaway, then the hard left-hand turn up the hill. Getting ready to roll here, and we will see the green in just a moment. Field developing the gap back to the other classes that are out in front of them on the racetrack. Little sweepy left. Green's in the air. We're underway here at Sonoma. Big run up the hill. Let's go back on board here with John Wynn as they get to turn 2. Off camber, James, that is such a difficult corner to get right, especially early in the race. These are DOT spec tires, but you still want to get some heat build up in them.
Yeah, it's really easy to carry way too much speed into that corner, and then you gotta cut it back quickly for turn 2 on the right. It's really hard to ascertain when exactly you need to make your turning point.
And let's take a look here and get ready to go on board with Josh Carroll as well. The end sight on board for the Danville, California native. I'll tell you what, James, this guy's driving with a broken right wrist. I don't know how he's even shifting this car, let alone trying to muscle it around the racetrack. That's an impressive piece of driving right there.
Yeah, that is the amount of heart and the amount of strength that you take, because this track is not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of hard corners, a lot of bump. He's going to be in serious pain after this.
Yes, he said he was looking forward to the barbecue and some of the possible pain medicine that may come with that as well. And I would imagine it also makes life kind of difficult for you as well, because you may try to change how you shift and try to shift as little as possible. Big move outside into the hairpin. Taking a big look there on the 15 to John Wynn. Oh man, kick out the rear end. You're not feeling any pain right now. All adrenaline behind the wheel of the 35.
Adrenaline is a hell of a drug, folks at home.
115 mile an hour up the hill. Interesting look here from Josh as well, because we've got the out the back camera view as well. Giving up a spot to the 155.
Yeah, I was just about to point that out. That's helpful. Folks at home, it's cool that we get to see the view from out behind and see him kind of start to pull away from the cars behind. Oh, big move. I tell you, that move, trying to make a move going into 3A, it's very easy to lock up and kind of airmail it.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. I mean, I've driven this place a ton in the virtual world. You've driven it, I think, maybe possibly even in real life you've been out there. This place, tell us a little bit about the geography of this, because we're seeing a fantastic battle here out the front from Josh. Man, there's just so much that goes into getting this place right.
Yeah, let me tell you, the elevation difference on TV does not do it justice at all. take how much you think the elevation changes and at least triple it, and that's what you got. Like, the first time I was actually able to walk the track growing up and see the elevation change from myself, it's astonishing. It's like, it feels like 3 or 4 story.
And we're going to take a look here and get the, we're going to have to use the Race Hero timing and scoring information here. So we're going to get that up right now. Man, and the speed change. You're absolutely flying as you come up the hill at turn 1 and crazy on the brakes. Getting yourself down the hill and ready to start turning upwards as you move as well.
Yeah, it's so easy to get the braking wrong in turn 1 because you have to deal with all the G-forces you have of the car loading up, going up the hill, trying to wrestle it down, and then you have an even more off-camber for turn 2. So you have to really make sure you're getting your turn-in point right, otherwise you could just easily slide off, miss the apex by a mile, and put yourself into the grass.
This battle between Carroll and Nestor going on also back behind them. Let's swap on over here and we'll pick up John Wynn in the number 15. Man, he's trying his hardest to get past that 35 machine.
Yeah, it's not often you see someone try to show their nose going into the S's, man. That is a man saying, "Hey, I got a place to
I'm
be."
here. Yeah, really. I'm here. Y'all be ready. We're moving.
Yeah.
Take a look outside here. Is we're gonna run them through the kind of little interloopy area.
Ah, yes, the glorious parking lot inside of turn 11.
Yes.
I mean, you laugh, but that's pretty much what it is when they're using the drag strip. That's where a lot of the cars line up when they're getting ready to get out.
Hold on to it. Oh, we got a big puff of smoke there. Huge wheel spin out of Josh Carroll. Oh, I hope he didn't blow a motor on that car. He's just coming back from getting a motor fixed. Go on board with him here. Oh, yeah, you can see the smoke coming out that rear view camera on the upper right-hand corner of your screen.
Oh, that's not good.
Definitely not going full bore on the throttle there with that car either.
You gotta hope it's up fine like that's depressing to think if it's a full-on blown engine.
I tell you what, tough break here for Oli Thordarson as well. We're seeing Oli dropping down to the 8th position after only about 7.5 minutes here. These guys still have a fair bit left to go here. Race format for the Spec Corvette Series typically is 15 minutes and then another 15 minutes. They kind of just slow everybody up, bring them all back together. So you're going to run basically 2 15-minute super sprints. However, it could be a full half-hour long race. Following along here with John Wynn. He's now trying to get up onto the back of Greg Nestor's number 8. At the front of the field, J.C. Mena in the 228 holding on to the lead. Marc LaCorte runs second. Josh Carroll coming across in 5th. Kevin Jones, Tony Jimerson back through 6th and 7th. And then obviously Oli Thordarson having the issues as well. We'll see if we get a handle on what those issues were. Grab some curb, get some oppo locked in it. Oh man, these guys are having some absolute good times. The run down through the chute.
Oh man, it's so easy to get the rear end unsettled out of 3A. Hey, I've said this a lot because pretty much the entire track map, you could say that it's the hardest corner on the track. But 3A, the highest point of the track, that corner is so difficult because you have to guess. You cannot see the apex at all. You can kind of maybe see the curbing stick up if you're lucky. You basically have to guess and hope that you hit it right. And then you have all the G on the left side of the car because you're immediately plunging downhill. You have to be incredibly easy on the throttle, otherwise you will power slide it. It's no wonder why there's a lot of drift events here at Sonoma, because it is an incredible track to drift, because it's so easy to drift. You have so many corners that just unsell the car that you can just use to your advantage. Great for drifting, not great for actual racing.
Yeah, by the way, we'll get the all the sponsor logos and all the big thank yous up here. One of the things, the Corvettes were supposed to be gridded by themselves. A little bit of fighting going on here with some of the BMWs that are out on the racetrack as well.
And typical BMW drivers not even using their blinkers.
Man, there's still some smoke coming out the back end of Josh Carroll's car. You can see it right underneath where those sponsor logos are.
Yeah, I guess the gauges aren't looking too bad, because he's still pushing that car pretty hard and playing a bit of a dangerous game. I tell you, this is a fun battle to watch. Nice little three-way battle. Oh, big loose, big wiggle.
Josh Carroll was getting the motor put in this car late in the week even. Very, very late motor change. Oh, man, almost making some contact with John Wynn. Outside into the hairpin. Oh, get after it. Now let it eat off the corner. Nice pass. Fantastic move there by Josh Carroll.
That is the epitome of great racing here at Sonoma. You could see he had that move planned the entire way through the S's, and that's what you need to do. You obviously can't pass through the S's unless you want to
hold on to
your
it.
days.
Oh, man, gosh almighty. That may even just be tire smoke out of that car, but a big move by Josh Carroll coming around Greg Nestor.
I mean, I can kind of see that because it's the worst on-corner exit, but, man, that's serious burnout. There's not going to be anything left on those DOTs after this.
Going on board now with John Wynn. We're going to pick up the fight looking forward here. Oh, man, Carroll letting it eat. Good Lord. That is tire smoke on corner exit. Wynn now up to the inside. Gotta be sure to avoid the contact. There are rules in the book. Contact on the racetrack is no bueno. Punterino is even worse. And having to fight traffic from other classes, oh man.
Yeah, multi-class hell on a very, very tight circuit.
I'll tell you what though, this could become a TNT special event. Corvettes, BMWs, and looks like Spec Miatas out there as well.
You had me at Sonoma.
Approaching the halfway point here, 13 minutes, 40 seconds. 7 laps are in the books. Make sure we get a big thank you into all of the Spec Corvette sponsors, including G-Stream, Improved Racing, Nankang Motorsport Tires, the presenting sponsor of the Spec Corvette Series. Also Sparco, TPS Motorsports, Track Spec Motorsports, Turn 1, and Willwood Brakes. Thank you all for your support of the Spec Corvette Series. Oh, huge moment for John Wynn. I am loving every second of this.
Why, baby? Let's go.
Big thank you as well. We have a couple of camera ops that are handling some manned cameras for us out on the racetrack. Take a look here. Go back on board with Josh Carroll as we wait for John Wynn's camera to pick back up. There's a legend out there too. That's even better.
They do actually race at this track. It's so crazy watching those tiny little cars just carve their way through this track, and those are some of the most fun things you can watch wheel around this place.
Let's swap back over here and pick up John Wynn in the Track Spec Motorsports on board. Man, that's a big bottom out you get too, right as you get in towards turn 11. Try to stay as close as you can to those tires. Take a look here. We'll pick them up as they start to make their way up the hill. There you see John Wynn in the red, or Greg Nestor, excuse me, in the red Corvette heading up the hill. Back on board with John Wynn. Obviously, as you would expect in Sonoma, California, weather conditions are absolutely perfect. Temperature's 84
As
degrees.
they always are.
I was going to say, feels like temperature's 84, feels like 86, no chance of rain, as always. It's gorgeous.
It is. Nothing beats our weather.
Trouble for JC Maynett. His race leader having issues as well. Don't have a look at the onboard. Not sure what happened to JC, but he's now going to be back to the 7th position. JC Maynett having to get off the racetrack. Oh, man. Side by side through the S's goes Greg Nestor and John Wynn. And I'll tell you what, this is absolutely massive championship implications here. I know that one gets overused on television all the time here. But let's bring the graphics up and show you the point standings here. Oli Thordarson is your points leader by 26 over Greg Nestor. Oli having an issue. Greg is in prime position here. JC Maynett, he's going to lose a lot of ground to Marc LaCorte if LaCorte is able to hold on here at the front of the field.
Yeah, it's hard not to go full Rick Allen in a moment like this. But yeah, this is going to be a huge shakeup. Because Greg's sitting right there in third. That's big points. And the big question is, what's wrong with Oli, and will he be able to get back for the second half?
Yeah,
there might be even more points on offer for Greg.
I was going to say, is Oli going to be able to get back out? And it looks like this is going to be a full half-hour long race here. So no second half to get a shot at. Can Oli even get back out for tomorrow? Same thing for JC Maynett. And Josh Carroll having the absolute drive of the day. He was telling me in the pre-race he was hoping to be mid-pack. Currently running second, fair ways back of race leader Marc LaCorte. About 20 seconds back, in fact, of Marc LaCorte. But, man, I'll tell you what, it's nice, man. Smooth sailing, 4 seconds back to everybody trailing you. That is absolutely something that Josh Carroll's going to be thrilled with leaving Sonoma Raceway.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like he needs to worry about doing his burnouts on the track like he has been up to this point.
Another run down behind the drag racing timing and scoring tower here. Oh man, so close to those tires through turn 11. Just about down to 10 minutes left to go, and this is the fight for the final podium position. Greg Nestor battling John Wynn. Not much of a fight anywhere else on the racetrack here. 5 seconds up the road is Josh Carroll running in the second position. Back behind these guys, it is a pretty big gap between Kevin Jones and Tony Jimerson, and Jimerson is 3.5 seconds back as well. So we're going to stay right here with the only battle on the racetrack. Now inside of 10 minutes left to go. Man, I love watching these cars step out. You know what, James? Let's do this. Let's crank the audio up here. Give the folks a chance at home to just listen to John Wynn and that screaming Corvette V8.
Oh yeah, I couldn't think of anything better.
Look, going back on board here with John Wynn, still pestering Greg Nestor. Oh, he's got a good run through the S's. Nestor maybe keeping up a little bit more speed. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'll give you the shout-outs here. We can even try to get your comments up on the screen here as well. But, man, we've been, like, transfixed on the racing here. Oh, man, the opposite lock is just absolutely epic.
Yeah, this has just been a slugfest lap after lap.
I'll tell you what, it's been a lot of fun watching these guys as they make their way up the hill once again. Josh Carroll and Marc LaCorte at the front of the field, kind of just logging laps here at this point. There you go. Well, we're seeing a checkered flag coming up on the timing and scoring graphics here. So this is going to be the final lap. If John Wynn is going to get past Greg Nestor, he's going to have to do it late in this one. Does he make the big move? Well, he shows a peek up here to the outside. Trying to set himself up big into the S's. Oh, man. Nice drive there. They're going to have a prototype lap car ahead of them as well. Really going to stunt the momentum here of John Wynn, but this may give him just the shot he's looking for, too. Get Greg Nestor just the slightest bit distracted. I don't know that you're going to do that to a guy who's second in points, but we'll see if he's going to make the move. Through the hairpin for the final time. The big run down over the start-finish line. Greg Nestor going to hold on for third. What a run.
Man, that was awesome.
That was a ton of fun following along here with these guys. Unfortunately, no victory lane interviews. They're not doing any sort of podium or any of that kind of stuff out there at Sonoma this weekend. So we'll talk to some of the drivers off air here. We'll get you the report on kind of what they said, and we're looking forward to another big race here tomorrow afternoon. Marc LaCorte will be your race winner over Josh Carroll, Greg Nestor, John Wynn, and Tony Jimerson. Kevin Jones, JC Maynett, and Oli Thordarson will round out the field. Oh, man, James, I tell you what, bud, you got to call a race from your home racetrack. I mean, you grew up not far from this place. That was not only had to be a blast for you to do that, but we saw a fantastic show here between Greg Nestor, John Wynn, and Josh Carroll early on in that one as well.
Yeah, the whole race from start to finish was incredible to watch. So many great battles, so much great racing, really demonstrating how amazing this track is. And yeah, like you said, I grew up in Fairfield, like 40 minutes away from this place. I spent so much time here going to NASCAR, NHRA, IndyCar. I grew up here. I raced karts at the kart track just up the hill in that facility. Like, this is by far my favorite place in the entire world, and I'm just, it's a dream come true to broadcast a race here. I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Well, it was a lot of fun. I had a blast. We're looking forward to tomorrow as well, but this presentation of the Spec Corvette Series is just about done here on the National Racing Network. Before we go, got to say a huge thank you to all of the sponsors that helped make the Spec Corvette Series possible, including G-Stream, Improved Racing, Sparco Safety Equipment, TPS Motorsports, Track Spec Motorsports, Turn 1, Willwood Brakes, and the presenting sponsor of the Spec Corvette Series, Nan Kang Motorsport. Check them out online. Man, this one was fun. We've got some. This one was fun. We're going to do a whole lot more of it coming up tomorrow as well. But until then, for James Watson and everybody here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will talk to you all soon. See you later, everybody.